In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 9, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Mets versus Toronto Blue Jays. The New York Mets are hitting the road to face off against the Toronto Blue Jays at Rogers Center. This matchup comes at a crucial time as both teams are fighting for postseason positioning. The Mets have been one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball in recent weeks, although their impressive winning streak was snapped on Sunday. They are currently tied with the Atlanta Braves for both the National League East Division lead and the final wild card spot, making every game from here on out of utmost importance. The Mets have been solid on the road this season, boasting a 38-31 record away from home, while the Blue Jays have struggled slightly at Rogers Center, holding a 34-35 home record. Toronto will be sending Chris Bassitt to the mound, but the veteran pitcher has encountered difficulties in his recent starts. Meanwhile, the Mets will counter with Blackburn, who is making his return from the injured list. Before his injury, Blackburn also experienced some rough outings, which makes this starting pitching matchup a bit uncertain. Despite the question marks surrounding the starting pitchers, the Mets have been red hot and have excelled on the road. They have won 4 consecutive road games, whereas the Blue Jays have split their last 4 home games. Offensively, the Blue Jays have shown some strength at home, scoring 19 runs in their last 3 games at Rogers Center. The Mets, on the other hand, have managed to score 13 runs over their last 3 road games. However, New York seems to have the advantage in this contest, largely due to Bassitt's recent struggles on the mound. He has allowed 9 runs in his last 3 starts and an alarming 15 runs in his last 3 home outings. This bodes well for the Mets, as Bassitt may have trouble containing their offense. On the flip side, Blackburn has performed better on the road, giving up only 4 runs in his last 2 road starts. Combined with New York's strong bullpen, the Mets should be able to limit Toronto's offensive production. Chris Bassitt is slated to take the mound for the Blue Jays. Throughout the season, he has accumulated a 9-13 record, accompanied by a 4.3 earned run average, a 1.43 WHIP, and a 156-59 strikeout to walk ratio across 28 starts. Opposing hitters have fared well against Bassitt, batting .270 against him this year. This presents a tough challenge for Bassitt, as he will be facing a potent New York Mets lineup that ranks among the league's best in several offensive categories, including runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and on-base plus slugging. Given the Mets' offensive firepower and Bassitt's struggles, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The Mets have averaged 4.79 runs per game this season, with that number slightly increasing to 4.90 runs per game on the road. In their last 3 road games, they averaged 4.33 runs per contest. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have averaged 4.25 runs per game overall and 4.22 runs per game at home. Over their last 3 home games, Toronto's offense has been more potent, averaging 6.33 runs per game. Despite this, the Mets' offense has been consistently strong all season, ranking in or near the top 10 in multiple key statistical categories. With Bassitt's recent form and the Mets' offensive prowess, the expectation is that New York will score runs in this game. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus Minnesota Twins. The Los Angeles Angels are set to take on the Minnesota Twins this Monday at Target Field. The Angels are currently struggling, holding the second worst record in the American League with a 59-84 mark. They enter this contest on a downward trajectory, having lost their last 2 games. On the other side, the Twins are clinging to the final wild card spot, maintaining a 3.5 game lead over both the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners with a record of 76-67. David Festa, a 24-year-old right-handed pitcher, will be on the mound for the Twins. Unfortunately, the team has come up short in all 3 of his most recent starts, though the blame doesn't fall squarely on him. Over the past 30 days, Festa has posted a respectable 3.91 earned run average across 23 innings of work. With their playoff aspirations on the line, the Twins need to capitalize on games like this, especially against a struggling Angels team. The Angels will counter with Reid Detmers, who has been struggling mightily, surrendering 10 runs across his last 3 starts, all resulting in losses for Los Angeles. The Twins have been solid at home with a 39-30 record, while the Angels have been weak on the road, managing only a 29-41 mark away from home. Given Detmers' recent struggles, it's difficult to place any confidence in him at this stage. Festa, while not dominant, has been steady, and the Twins have far more at stake as they vie for a postseason berth. Minnesota has won 5 of their last 6 meetings against the Angels, including the last 4 in a row, with key players like Mike Trout, Jo Adell, Kevin Pillar, and Luis Rengifo all sidelined. The Angels will be hard-pressed to keep pace with the Twins. Even if the game remains close after 6 innings, the Angels' bullpen, one of the worst in MLB, doesn't inspire much confidence. After being shut out in 2 of their last 3 games against the Royals, the Twins will be eager to get their offense back on track, and I expect them to come out swinging aggressively. While I'm not fully sold on David Festa, the Twins are clearly the better team in this matchup, and they have to view this series as a golden opportunity to solidify their playoff position. The Angels, meanwhile, are fading fast, and Reid Detmers has struggled all season. This game represents a prime chance for the Twins to distance themselves in the wild card race and possibly even make up ground in the American League Central standings. With more talent and motivation on their side, the Minnesota Twins to win and cover the spread as favorites seems like a solid pick. Neither starting pitcher in this matchup inspires much confidence, as both have earned run averages north of 4.75. Detmers, in particular, has been roughed up with a 5.87 earned run average and has allowed a staggering 16 runs over his last 4 outings. He has only managed to pitch into the 6th inning in one of his last 4 starts, often getting pulled early after giving up too many runs. Festa, while showing improvement lately, still carries a 2-5 record with a 4.75 earned run average. The Twins have seen the under hit in their last 4 games, but that trend seems likely to break here. Despite their recent offensive struggles, Minnesota still has plenty of firepower and will be facing a vulnerable pitcher in Detmers. While betting the under might seem logical given the Twins' recent performances, they're no longer facing the Royals' pitching staff. Minnesota should regain its offensive form against the Angels, and with Detmers still an unreliable option on the mound, the over is a more appealing play. Festa has been decent but far from dominant, and both teams rank outside the top 15 in bullpen earned run average. Together, the 2 teams average over 8.7 runs per game, and 3 of their last 4 meetings have produced 12 or more total runs. For these reasons, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus Los Angeles Dodgers. 2 National League teams, each on opposite sides of the playoff picture, will clash as they kick off an early week series under the lights in Los Angeles. The Chicago Cubs are set to hit the road for the first game of a 3-game showdown against the Los Angeles Dodgers on Monday night. This matchup pits a team fighting to secure their playoff spot against a club that's already locked into the postseason conversation, making for an intriguing contest in the City of Angels. As part of the MLB's Monday night schedule, this National League battle promises to be an exciting one, with Kyle Hendricks taking the mound for the Cubs and Walker Buehler starting for the Dodgers. Although neither pitcher has been at their peak performance this season, Buehler appears to be finding a bit of his form lately. He has allowed 3 or fewer runs in each of his last 4 outings, and the Dodgers have won all 3 of his most recent starts, both straight up and against the run line. Meanwhile, the Cubs have struggled recently, going just 2-4 in their last 6 games, during which they've averaged a mere 2.83 runs per game. With the Dodgers being the more balanced team and having the advantage in starting pitching, I'm leaning towards Los Angeles to come out on top. The Cubs were red hot in August but have cooled off significantly over the past week, dropping 4 of their last 5 games heading into Sunday. Their offense has been inconsistent, especially when it comes to driving in runs with runners in scoring position, as they were shut out in 3 of those losses. Hendricks has struggled throughout the season and was on the verge of being relegated to the bullpen before Justin Steele's injury kept him in the rotation. On the other side, Buehler has been slowly working his way back from his second Tommy John surgery, which cost him all of 2023 and a significant portion of this season. Given the Dodgers' deep lineup and Hendricks' tendency to rely on softer pitches, the Los Angeles Dodgers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Heading into Sunday, the Cubs had seen the under hit in 72 of their 142 games this season, with 4 games ending in a push. Chicago ranks 13th in the majors, averaging 4.51 runs per game, though they tend to score more on the road with a 4.99 average. Their games typically average 8.66 runs per contest, a figure that jumps to 9.71 runs when they are the visiting team. The Dodgers, meanwhile, have seen the over hit in 75 of their 142 games. Los Angeles ranks 3rd in the league with an average of 4.99 runs per game, contributing to an average total of 9.18 runs per contest. At home, the Dodgers slightly trail that mark, averaging 4.90 runs per game with an average total of 8.77 runs. While both starters have had their struggles this season, I previously mentioned Buehler's slight upward trend. However, even with this improvement, he still allowed at least 2 earned runs in each of his last 9 starts. Far from being a dominant force on the mound, Chicago's lineup has seen some success against Buehler, hitting .290, .353, and .323 across 31 at-bats. On the flip side, Hendricks has been a disaster for the Cubs, frequently moving between the rotation and bullpen. The Dodgers have hit well against him, slashing .295, .336, and .482 over 112 at-bats. Given these stats, the Dodgers' offense could explode in this game. Although Walker Buehler hasn't been sharp this season, Kyle Hendricks has been even worse, with both pitchers sporting high earned run averages and coming off shaky performances. This setup points to a high-scoring affair, as their previous 3 meetings back in April averaged 10 runs per game. Considering the form of both starters and the firepower of the Dodgers' offense, this game has the potential to turn into a shootout. The Cubs should also find some success against Buehler, who carries a 5.67 earned run average, while Hendricks, with his 6.6 earned run average, is likely to struggle as well. Both offenses are primed to put up big numbers, and this game could easily see 16 or 17 runs by the time it's over. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.